My name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about the first witness of Bongani Ndanzi is Mr. Shoes Zondo. Mandle Nkosi Goodwill. Is it Goodwill or Goodman? Shoes Zondo. That is the guy. You remember that this name we first heard of during the cross-examination of the 10 weeks between Bongani Ndanzi and Mr. Baloyi. You remember that, right? Yes. Now, let's look at the interesting things that happened when it comes to our first witness, ne? Which is Shoes Zondo. Now, what just happened here, hey, legally, wow, I'm not a legal anything, but wow. We are looking at a classic rights violation narrative under South African law. That is what we are looking at first, Billy. That was the first thing that shocked me, the way things were happening. Now, the key issue was the arrest lawful and constitutionally compliant. That is the key thing, because under the Criminal Procedure Act, especially Section 39 and 40, and the Constitution of South Africa, police must identify themselves properly, inform the suspect of their reason for arrest, inform the suspect of their rights, right to remain silent, right to legal representation, warning that statements can be used in a court of law. Yes. Now, here are the 5 critical failures in this situation. This testimony was giving a wow. I was up here, that's in the movement, Cooper Method. Bengte, uyamazi umncube mabekhuluma igama like athi bangiqambela amanga uthi yes. Bengithe gqa amehlo ngathi ndingumncube ke ethe umamelana ngamehlo moseni, ne? Umamela ngendlebe amamelela ngamehlo athi, and if he was wearing spectacles ebezozikhulula athi bathini laba ngabo. Yes. So number ngithukile izinto ezikhulunywa nguShoes, and uShoes sounds like an older guy. He's way older than the guys. I suspect in 1970 something, not even 76, but for 74. So I suspect he's very old. Now, let's go to these critical failures in his testimony, Kesan. 1, no police identification shown. Mogale allegedly did not show a badge or a ID. That raises doubt. Was this a lawful police interaction? What's going on here? Mogane, you are always deep within. He's always deep within, Mogane. Now, the defense angle in this situation, this weakens the legitimacy of the entire encounter. That's what Ramsipule was showing us there. These people in Jadialezi, in Jadia, amapolisa lawa amapara, in Jadia. ASB, I said I have 5. No constitutional rights explained. Zondo clearly says he did not tell me anything, my lord. That includes no right to silence, no warning about self-incrimination, no right to a lawyer. This is very huge. This is very huge. Any statement after this point, becomes potentially inadmissible, because what the heck is this? No wonder they let him go. Number 3, no reason for arrest given initially. Did you notice that? Inside the house, police say, we want to question you, but they don't explain why. Only later outside, already cuffed, they mentioned Mapisa plus prison visit. And I'm like, it's a crime. Since when? Then why are we being allowed to visit people inside the prison as families if it's a crime? That is legally problematic now. Under South African law, you must be told the reason for arrest at the time of arrest, not later. Number 4, handcuffed before clarity. He asked, am I being arrested? Then he gets handcuffed, hands at the back. This suggests coercive environment, not informed compliance. I don't know if you are noticing those things. Lastly, the number 5 point, follow us because you dispute technology. Police say you are disputing cameras and registers. Come see for yourself. That's not lawful basis for arrest. That is not, because now they are claiming the arrest is because Yena, he is visiting Mapisa in prison. He says, I was like, I don't even know where he is arrested, that one. What do you mean I visit him? I've never. And now that was him being like, I was in prison visiting Mapisa. Kune registers, oh, now when it comes to this, the defense angle will be, this sounds like pressure, not procedure. Almost like a trap to compel cooperation. Because Sana, now, why all of this is dangerous for the state? If this version is accepted by the court, firstly, arrest could be ruled unlawfully, which means everything after arrest is equal to tainted evidence. Mind you, there's a statement. There's a statement. CS statement. When cross-examination comes, statement. Secondly, statements may be excluded under Section 35. Any statement made without rights is equal to inadmissible. Thirdly, confession chain collapses. This is where it links directly to Bongani Ndanzi, Bongani Gininda investigation methods. Do you see where this is going? Now, the defense argument would be the process was compromised from the very first contact because these people are here after Bongani Ndanzi was arrested. Can you see that? In fact, once you see it, you can't unsee it, Kesan. Now, the defense strategy, what they are building here is that this testimony is not random, it's strategic. They are building a system failure argument. Step by step, firstly, illegal or unclear arrest. Secondly, no rights explained, coercion, handcuff plus pressure. Fourthly, movement into police control. 5, later statements and confessions. Now, everything that follows is contaminated. Now, if you don't see what Ramsipilay here is doing, I don't know. Ramsipilay is trying to show Judge Ratukuti, this is how they do. Accused 1 and 2 did not lie. This is what they do. Look at this. This one is charged with Schedule 5. Yet, and nothing happened, no courts, nothing. Okay, fine, let me not go ahead. Maybe he will tell us if there was a time that he went to court. He will tell us. Let's continue with this video. Now, this line is a killer. He did not tell me anything, my lord. If the court believes that, then legally, the foundation of the case is compromised. The state's reliance on statements becomes risky. The credibility of the arresting officer is damaged. Because wow, Sana. Because wow, Sana. Before a single confession, before a single statement, the law may have already been broken in this situation. That is what Ramsipilay is trying to show us. And also, this thing of no ID, no rights, no reason, handcuffed anyway, it baffles me. Now, this wasn't just an arrest. It was a process that may have violated the Constitution from the very first moment. Because if this is true, then the case wasn't built in court. It was compromised from day 1. So, Gininda, netim yakhe, hayi madoda. Very scary people, if you ask me. They are very, very scary people. Angeke kehla. Bayo yikisa xa kunje. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to this? Let's talk in the comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I will see you on our next video. That was the first thing that I noticed when it comes to our first witness, when it comes to Bongani Ndanzi's case. Bye.